Hello, welcome back to another fun-filled episode of the Hammercast. I'm your host, Alex, the Hebrew Hammer Salkin, and today I want to talk a little bit about how I like to train in the summer and how I think you might also enjoy some of the ideas that I'm going to be giving you. Before we get started, one thing that I want to mention is I don't know if you have read it yet, but I have my 9-minute kettlebell and bodyweight challenge is out and raring to go. And you can get that if you go to alexsalkin.com. That is ALEXSALKIN.com, alexsalkin.com. You get it for free. So I think you might enjoy it. Sure to take a look at it. I've gotten a lot of really good feedback on it. I would love to get some more, especially find out what people find is working in terms of some really simple but hard-hitting kettlebell and calisthenics work. So be sure to check that out. All right, now before we begin, I want to start off with a quick story. And this is going to be about probably the most productive time in my training life, maybe ever. And this was in the summer of 2015. So I was doing a program that I had adapted it from a guy named Jeff Newport. He's been on the show before. And I adapted it from a kettlebell program it was a kettlebell pressing program to be one that was weighted pull-ups and deficit handstand push-ups. When I say deficit handstand push-ups, what I mean is put your hands, rather than putting them on the ground, you elevate them slightly off the ground so that you get a little bit of extra range of motion. So what I did was I went through this program and did it for about a total of 10 weeks. It's like an 8-week program, but I had like 2 weeks where I couldn't get it all in. So I got it done within 10 weeks. And I made a huge, huge leap in my strength. It was a very productive program. But one of the things that I realized that I really liked about doing the program is that it was in the summertime. And unlike winter, where I'm kind of, sequestered in my fortress of solitude, as it were, I'm able to go outside. I would go to a nearby park. I would bring a kettlebell and a backpack because it was like a 7-minute walk, and I just didn't want my hands getting all fatigued or what have you before doing all these pull-ups and all that business. But one of the things that was great about it is, again, it was just plenty of vitamin D from the sun. A lot of kind of like carefree training. Sometimes I would just throw in like a medley of whatever I thought was kind of interesting at the time. And I don't know what anybody else feels, but I really feel like summertime being outside is, like that's like the pinnacle of your existence. You can actually go outside, do stuff fun. You don't have to be stuck inside all day. So all this to say that I think summertime is a really great time to focus on calisthenics training. And in particular, calisthenics work that helps you to kind of carve out a physique that you can be proud of, in addition to making you very strong. So I think that if you're doing stuff like, chin-ups, dips, things like that, hanging leg raises, or some sort of a variation thereof, I think these are all really, really good options because they are not only going to feel good, especially if you've been doing a lot of like loaded stuff with kettlebells and what have you. But even if you don't abandon the kettlebells entirely, you're really going to feel like you're getting a nice pump. You're hitting some muscles you maybe have not worked, or let's say angles that you've not worked in a while, and you're gonna look pretty good as well. Time you spend outside is going to be great for your health. Odds are, you're going to do a lot of other physical activities that you weren't doing anyway, whether it's simple as taking a daily walk like what I do, or sometimes going down to like a local field, doing some crawling, another thing that I do not infrequently. So I highly, highly recommend it. I think summertime is a great time to focus on extra calisthenics work, low rep, moderate rep, high rep, all that stuff. It could be really focused workouts, something with a really periodized plan. It can be sort of ad hoc where you just decide, today I'm gonna see if I can get to 100 push-ups in as few sets as possible, or I'm going to superset push-ups and rows for the next 10 minutes and just see how many I can do. Something like that. Now is a great, great time to do it, especially because, there's all these other benefits of actually being outside. So this is a short podcast today. I just wanted to focus on this because as I'm getting back from my evening walk, I want to focus on something that I think a lot of people overlook, or they don't really appreciate it to the extent that they could. So take your kettlebells outside if you can. Try to find a tree or some sort of like an outdoor pull-up bar station. If all you've got is a tree, you take your rings out there, that sort of a thing, and just do some fun stuff outside. Enjoy it. You don't have to program super strictly, as it were. If you do want to, you can reach out to me, and I can recommend you a couple of programs. But that would be a great use of your time between now and, let's say, the end of August, maybe early September. Do it while you can, because when the wintertime comes, you're going to have plenty of time to stay indoors and not get a lot of sun. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. And as always, have fun and happy training.